Hello.
We did it. Thank fucking God. Yeah, good job. Good job.
Good
job.
I got everyone together.
You didn't fuck us over. Good job.
Guarantee. I got everyone together.
Didn't fuck us over.
Yes.
John Carlos Stanton, thank you for just taking all that nervous anxiety, all that nervous energy I had, and just that was nice. I think
it felt like game one, kind of like stress-free for a lot of it.
A few like hairy situations, like Loiza got out of that no problem. Nestor was fantastic. Considering 3 days rest, gives you 5 innings. I mean, and shouldn't give up any runs.
Yeah.
You know, the fuck up in left field. Aaron Hicks, we'll see what happens there. But man, that was spectacular. Couldn't have gone easier, I feel like. It was just our bullpen just asserting their will. The off day, Nestor was fantastic. But John Carlos Stanton, I mean, my God, be a bigger fucking playoff hero. You can. What's that now? The second most homers in a 15-game span in playoff history. The only guy above him is Babe Ruth.
Never boo this man.
No.
Never.
I don't care if he goes on an 0 for 75 stretch next season.
Doesn't matter.
He has earned so much goodwill. He just delivers in the playoffs.
He should just not play till the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
We can be negative sometimes. We don't get on John Carlos Stanton.
No,
he
always comes through.
He is the
you
man.
deliver in the playoffs, you earn a tremendous amount of goodwill.
Yeah, that was awesome. Boone, the game was pretty laid out for Boone, to be honest with you. Nestor probably could have gone the 6th. Instead, they go to Loizaga, and he was great. Gave you 2 fantastic innings, and then they went Clay Holmes 8 and Wandy 9. It was pretty simple. Like that's the game plan from the start. And
it's a Boone too. We didn't overmanage. I think he did it well. I think
the only thing you could say is the Nestor pulling him after 5 or whatever, but 3 days rest. Yeah.
And now, honestly, that extra inning, you can use that in the future play in the next series too. So I think that he managed it well. Our bullpen. Shout out Wandy for pitching every single game.
That's never happened before. It actually has never happened where a guy pitched in every single game. He was awesome. They had Cole warming up just as a safety blanket there, which was fine. Glad it didn't get to – oh, good call. Glad it didn't get to that because that would have meant the time run was coming to the plate, and I didn't need that.
Did
so
the time
fitting.
Run ever come to the plate in this game after the Yankees took the 3-1 lead? I don't think so.
I don't know if it did. Straub being the final out, fantastic. Naylor did nothing. Glaber with the rock the baby celebration that ended.
Someone had to do it. I said
fantastic.
If Wandy did it, I would have came myself, but Glaber doing it is perfect.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, quick turnaround, and you got to wonder how much celebrating they're actually going to do because they got to go to Houston tomorrow. They have to get to Houston tonight. Game 1's tomorrow. Jameson Tyon's on the bump. With Severino.
Is that official?
Yeah. Sevy will go game 2. Cole will go game 3.
We have
the game back in the Bronx.
Whole season to have a matchup of Justin Verlander against Jameson Taillon.
They're popping champagne.
I think the Yankees are winning.
Dude, what do you think that line is?
Think about this. If we had Garrett Cole, Cole against their 5 starter, on an opposite, like we've been waiting, I'd be so scared.
Same.
Like I'm
180.
We technically, I hate when people say this, but have nothing to lose tomorrow. Like it's game Verlander.
Yeah, they have something to lose.
No, I know they do, but
they're not expected.
But people say that. It's like I hate when people say because you could always lose. But I think I would be scared But Guardians fans, you guys are a bunch of pussies.
Oh my God!
Tommy, they really hate.
I don't know how you could watch and listen to Costas.
Me and you get lumped together real quick.
I've never gotten more hate from a fan base than I have from this Guardians.
I mean, how about that one fan that wished 9/11 happened?
Whatever though. Like that guy,
tried, you know.
Yeah, they are the most. If I could predict something about their payroll, the scrappy little Guardians, $200 million payroll took you to 5 games, be like, oh, you cried on a live stream. First of all, I didn't cry, I yelled fuck, and it brought tears. But that's passion. That's caring about.
In the past, too, by the way, we won the series. Like that's a bad image. Maybe if they lose the series.
I don't get the money thing. It's like. That's
their
your
owner
fault.
is worth $4 billion.
Yeah, that's not our fault. And second of all, it's like it's still the major leagues. This is not like FCS and FBS playing each other. It's like we're in the playoffs. You won your division. It's not like
you won 90+ games.
Yeah, like what are we talking about here? I don't get the reasoning. Like people look for excuses all the time.
So pathetic. Cleveland is such a pathetic city. I hope nothing.
Yeah,
is
I
sadness.
had no real thoughts on Cleveland before this.
I kind of root for I like when the Browns win some games. It's like nice for them because they've been so miserable. I hope they never win again.
Look forward to in Cleveland. It's just sad. It's always great.
It's a bunch of tall buildings that no one works in because no one has jobs, and then they got a casino.
There's a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah, a lot of foot traffic. Yeah. So that was fantastic. Love every second of that game. Got to turn the page real quick to Houston.
Yeah, but again, I like it.
I like the line. 180. That's a good line for
How
us.
many days have they off now? How many days have they had off since
2
Saturday?
or 3? Oh yeah, they clinched Saturday. Today's Tuesday.
3
Sunday,
days
Monday.
4 days.
So 4 days.
This
pretty much
schedule for the
not
ALCS
playing?
sucks. By the way, there is one day off. It is Friday. Everything else just go.
Wait, they're not off
No.
at all between 5 and 6.
No.
4, 5, 6, 7 are in consecutive days.
We only have off on
3,
Friday.
4, 5, 6, 7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Holy shit!
That's an
So
insane
who's-
schedule.
is
Rob Manfred's
Cole-
an asshole.
Is
Cole
game
is
two?
going to be game 3. I think Severino's game 2. This is going to be a fucking war, man.
Yeah, all right.
Listen,
You know,
the Guardians,
I mean,
it should be. The Astros, going to be a war.
Tyone Domingo game 1, Severino game 2 on normal rest, Cole game 3 on normal rest, Nestor game 4 on normal rest. Then things get dicey.
Then it's just
Also-
let's just get there.
Also have to think reinforcements. Ron is going to be back, I think. We'll see with DJ. He took swings today. I still don't think, though, there. Benintendi, probably not. But Oswald Peraza has to be. Now, with Hicks' injury, too. Hicks is off the roster.
Yeah,
Right,
Hicks
100%.
off.
Hicks is
Peraza
probably
needs
off
to
the
be on
roster
the
no matter
roster.
what. Peraza needs to be on the roster. Can't have. I know today they put IKF at the end of the game. It kind of were. I would have went Timmy in left and kept Oswaldo at short. Oswaldo also wasn't not a Gold Glove shortstop in these games. He makes you feel more calm than IKF. But Oswald Peraza is the best defensive shortstop right now that we have to offer. He is your shortstop. But I don't think they'll do it. I honestly don't think they're going to do it.
A healthy DJ and Benintendi like this lineup.
I don't think Benny. I
No,
don't.
I'm just
Benny said
saying,
they had
if we-
a shot in Benny's wrist a couple days ago. I don't think he's
If
there.
we even just had that's just a legit lineup. It's insane.
Oh, 100%. And then they said Carpenter's going to try and play the field. He did a pinch hit today, struck out.
I mean, you could have Carpenter and left.
Stan looks healthy, by the way. Put him in the outfield.
Especially in Houston, left field, I feel like is relatively easy to play. Like if it's over your head, it's probably a home run, right? Like they have a kind of tall wall, but it's not a ton of ground in left field in Houston. I know the left center gets weird. If Bader can cover so much ground, you could probably have Carpenter in left in Houston. Cabrera at short.
I don't know how you guys could tell us we need a bullpen. Our bullpen was stellar.
On shorthanded and stellar. Wandy,
stellar.
incredible. Clay Holmes seems to have it together. Loizaga is throwing 100-mile-an-hour two-seamers.
Old
I mean, those three are they've been gone since.
And then add Ron to the equation. He was nails first all year. Those are 4
Clay
legitimate
Holmes
guys.
Really has stepped. Like he's
Oh,
got my
yeah.
confidence way back when it was bad, and you can tell his confidence is gaining a lot more, which is nice.
100%. I will say a guy who also could play into this series is Frankie Montas. They're gonna. I could see it.
I forgot that motherfucker
Me too.
exists.
I think he's trying to do something. I could see now. Listen, Tyone starting game 1. I thought for a chance because remember there was that scenario where if they used everybody who we pitching game 1, it was a chance in my mind Montas was starting game 1. I think he's like throwing down in Tampa or something.
I can't have that.
I mean, he would have to start maybe like game 5.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. He is pretty good.
That was confident.
I mean, he was traded for because of his numbers against Tampa and Houston. His numbers against Tampa and Houston are incredible.
We thought he was going to be like the 2-starter in the postseason.
Correct. Now we're worried about him being on the roster.
That's insane.
No matter what, they're in the ALCS. Thank God. Listen, man, it's a rematch of a nightmare.
They're a good team.
for the last.
I will not be trolling the Astros.
I don't like that Altuve didn't get one hit in the ALDS.
No,
he's saving it. I've got something to say. Can we not do? They're not. No one's gonna listen. But the fuck Altuve chants don't work. He homers almost every time they do them.
Oh, I'm fine with it for the playoff series. It's fine.
You gotta try whatever you got.
Yeah.
Cole pitching game 3 back at the stadium. With
Fuck
that
Altuve
crowd.
chants don't work when it's like the Yankees were playing the fucking Rays. I feel like they were doing fucking Altuve chants. When
He
you're playing
homers
Houston,
every time.
What's with the thing about social media? Everything like they were like, oh, you're gonna lose in the playoffs. Like first of all, everyone loses the playoffs besides one team.
right?
And second, You're gonna lose first round. Oh, you're gonna get swept by the Astros.
It's
like,
just moving the goalposts.
You can't keep moving shit.
It's all pathetic Red Sox fans who haven't had a meaningful game to play in 4 months. The Mets who just bowed out and blew their division and then just got dummied by the Padres. Now it's gonna be Guardians fans as well. I'm sure they're gonna join in. It's just everyone's just being an Astros fan, which is fine. Us against the world, I'm okay with that.
Revenge. I will say, the Yankees showed a lot of heart this series. Coming down 2-1, this team is different. They got that fuck you energy they talked about.
The way they started games 4 and 5 was a different energy and vibe that they've had.
That's like a Rizzo thing. A different energy.
Rizzo had a very good ALDS.
I feel really good going to the ALCS. Yeah.
I feel good.
And if they lose,
this is a different Astros.
I can't lose to the Astros again.
If
they lose, the whole season is a unbelievable fail.
World Series or bust.
But especially I can't lose to the Astros. You can't lose the Astros for a third time in 6 years.
No, you can't.
You can't do it. It would just be like, if you beat the Astros, it's like, all right, whatever. We got the most recent win. You won 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
But we got the most recent win. You lose to the Astros again. It's just this is a streak of that or they're your daddy. You can't have that.
Side note, we didn't talk about it. How about Bob Costas just not knowing the Yankees won the World Series in 2009?
Bob Costas just a tremendous stock gift this postseason.
No one has ever lost more as an announcer, a storied announcer. A guy who's just been so etched in baseball and sports, whatever. I have no respect for Bob Costas. He just needs to hang it up right now.
It's so easy to not get me to realize what the announcer's saying. It's easy.
You knew immediately. He said it so clearly. He was he went through all the pennants they've won, all of this, and he goes, got to the World Series in 2009, but the last time they won was with Torrey in 2000. It's it wasn't I'm misspeaking, he said they won in 08 or whatever instead of 09.
Yeah.
Would have forgiven that. He said they clearly didn't win in 09.
Yeah, that's just, again, he was just so bad, but it was kind of, at one point, it was funny. I thought he was trolling. That's how bad he was.
He became must-listen because of how bad it was.
Bad. Thank God. Done with him. Brian Anderson, fantastic voice, great play-by-play guy, will be the ALCS with a 3-man booth. Who did Jake say? Was it the fucking other guy who does it with him? Spoltz? No. Fox. Who cares? Oh, Frank Core. Frank Core.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Core. And maybe Darling. Not trust treat, but just a conversation that's, been in my head for a little bit as I look ahead. Game 3. Now, obviously, that's not tomorrow. That's not there. Game 3, I have my best friend's wedding. That wedding is the ceremony starts at 6:30. First pitch is 5 o'clock.
Let me tell you something. I think as long as elimination games is the only thing you can't have things going on.
No, and I have to go. I'm in the wedding, all this, whatever.
I say that because I told you, World Series game 1 and 2, I have a wedding. But,
But
it's going to be tough.
I'm already getting shit from people, in the wedding, all this. I'm just dude, I didn't want to talk ahead because I don't like doing that, but now we're here. I'm going to have my phone out during the ceremony. Now it's not one of those. Now it's
not standing up.
There's too many people. There's 27 people in the wedding party. Yeah, insane. So we're not.
Tell your friend to relax. How many friends you have?
I know. So we're not.
Only best man stands up.
Yeah, I think so. And that's his brothers. So I'm sitting, but I think I'm gonna have respect when they're doing the I do's and all that. No problem. I'll give them that respect. But any other time where I'm sitting,
the priest is just blabbering up there.
Yeah, I might have to slip the priest or rabbi. It's rabbi. I have to slip the rabbi $100 bill. Be we got 15 minutes tops here.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. So that's just a mental torture chamber that I'm going to deal with. But other than that, we'll be streaming, and I'm very excited for that. And I'm just happy there's more baseball to be played.
Yeah,
it's exciting times.
Can't wait.
I was a nervous wreck these last few days. You know that I don't handle this well, but
yeah,
they did a good. Rizzo and Stan, they did a good job making it easy.
All I'm asking from us three is we have to just be confident in our guys until they really let us down.
I am pretty confident in this.
No, series. I feel this is way better than I've ever felt going to play the Astros.
Dude, honestly. They played a really good series versus the Guardians. Boone, fuck them in game 3.
We have more of a story than the Astros this year. We do.
Yes.
We have way more of a story.
Yeah.
Sure.
We had a great series against them at Yankee Stadium earlier in the year.
And I'll say sometimes a sweep and hang around for a bit isn't the best thing.
No, this team we're battle tested.
I'll say this too. It's a different vibe when Garrett Cole is pitching like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
when you have an ace. Like
Dude,
you have a guy who just fucking.
Dude,
I mean, they won the
Yankees.
Oh, it's all time.
Unbelievable.
They just won the ALDS. They won that series because of Garrett Cole.
But we
And
also don't-
so many fucking people doubted that guy and
Yeah.
turned him into a mockery and all this. Those people have to run back to their caves forever. They run back to their caves, and then an avalanche happens. All the rocks come out. They can never get out again. Garrett Cole.
I will say if he gets shelled on Saturday.
But dude, he went on the road in Game 4 with a bullpen that
I'm just saying he's got to keep it going. He's got to keep it going.
But he's done a fucking whole lot to dispel those bullshit postseason
No,
rumors.
yes, but it's also kind of crazy. You almost forget we were just down 2-1. Like it was that quick of like confident. The second
He was not giving them any
Game
chance in that
4
game.
was like whatever. In Game 5, like we were fucking.
Let's also not look.
So.
Another thing, like people like to dick on the Yankees starting pitching. Luis Severino was fantastic
Every
in
start
Game
was
3,
good.
and Nestor game 2 was
5 innings,
whatever.
2 runs is
But
fine.
he was lights out today.
Yeah.
Those are 3 very good pitchers. We'll see what JMO has in store for Game 1.
No,
We'll
I for some reason believe Wilfred.
What does
no
it say?
Benny for ALCS.
It kind of felt that way because he just said no Benny for the ALCS. He had a shot in his wrist a few days ago, and then you saw him in the dugout today. I thought he was going to be in Tampa taking swings. That makes sense to me. But you should see Oswald, especially with Hicks off the roster, and you should see Ron Marinaccio. I don't know if you see DJ, but those two 100% should be on the roster. What pitcher you take off for Ron, I don't know necessarily.
I really hope we get DJ, man. I would love to take Marlon or LaCastro
It's a
off.
broken foot.
I know, but sometimes
Donaldson hasn't done a lot.
But a pinch hit for sometimes on a broken foot than Marwin Gonzalez is better. I'd rather broken foot DJ than Marwin pinch hitting.
Yeah.
Or LaCastro, you know.
So it's Hicks off the roster, Perez on, right? That's the move.
That has to be a lock. Has to be a lock.
Has to be a lock.
And he should be your shortstop. Will they give a guy who played 50? He's just so clearly the best defensive option. And he hits. It should be a no-brainer. IKF should not be shortstop. And Oswaldo in left. Yeah, in left because Hicks is dead. That's it. ALCS, Yankees, Astros.
Yankees
we did it.
They're going to the World Series.
I feel good, man. I feel good.
Good job by all of us. These lucky sweatpants. Every time I wore them, they won. I did not wear them in the losses. So these things got to keep rolling. Lucky watch.
I also want to tell let's see, there was 470 comments on my Twitter video. You guys can all go fuck yourselves, and I was right when I guaranteed to win.
Judge celebrating.
Yeah, we got plans, we got plans. We're definitely going to celebrate this and enjoy this moment, but
let's not celebrate too hard.
They got plans. We got a plane to catch, baby. We're going to Houston. Game 1, ALCS tomorrow night.
And stay tuned for maybe an announcement about Game 2.
Maybe. We'll see. Till then, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Go Yankees. Oh my God.